Well, good night to all. A special good night to all our viewers. Good night, good night, good night. It's good to be back with you. And remember, our schedule goes as follows: Mondays to Tuesdays at 8 p.m. All right. In March, we will adjust the date, the time based on the change of time. Sorry, here in New York. So it's going to be a good thing when the time is adjusted. Please share as you join the platform. Remember, the key here is to share, to follow, and to like. Share, follow, and like. All right. I want to thank those who are subscribing to our new Facebook channel. We appreciate it very much. I saw some of the reports from Facebook, and you are doing very well. I must say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with us tonight. As you can see, I have my sheriff badge because I'm going to do some nice police peace work here. But greetings, my friends. Greetings. Some of you are somewhere in some hotel, some restaurant, some van, some car by the beach, by some tree, behind a stone, because it's Valentine's. You believe that you should be making love and doing all kind of craziness with yourself. But I'm saying to you, friends, stay focused. Stay focused. If you can't afford children, don't have them. Greetings again to all our viewers, our supporters. We have a movement here that is second to none. We stick with the issues and we discuss the issues that affect you and your family in your communities, in the society. And I'm grateful to God for every one of you who have been faithful. You have been genuine. You have been honest, even with me. When I do wrong, you correct me, you send messages of disgust, and I am not mad with any one of you. I'm not upset with you. I've never been. And so I want to thank you very much for your patience with me. And remember that we are human beings that make errors, and it is the grace of God that keeps us, just going on, pressing on. And that's I like Donnie McClurkin, and he says, we fall down, we get up. A saint is just a sinner who falls down and get up. So whenever you fall, remember, don't stay down. Get up and keep pressing. Get up, keep pressing. No matter what the error is, mistake. Sometimes you have one-on-one issues, then you deal with that, Sometimes you get frustrated and you handle your situations a certain way, but you deal with that situation. Don't let it fester like a cancer and destroy you as an individual. All right. So it is what it is, folks. All of you, all of us have fallen short. All of us, when we look back at our lives, there's a lot of things that you do that you regret and wish that you had done it a different way. But listen to me, you cannot undo stuff that you have done in the past. Don't beat yourself up. Keep your head up and continue. Stick the course. Don't be bullied. Don't be bamboozled. Stand for what you know it's right and be unmovable. Don't let anyone move you. Know your purpose in life and continue on that journey. But folks, greetings. It is Tuesday night, and it is another Caribbean American News Network program. I'm happy to be here with you. Amen. And so I am here. Listen to me. And many of you don't listen to me. When I came on the scene, I always said to you, look unto Jesus, not me. I told you the arm of flesh will fail. Don't look at me. You see, we got to pay attention when people speak. So some of you said, oh, I believed in you. No, believe in Jesus. Oh, I had all my hopes. No, put all your hopes in Jesus. We will fail each other. Remember that. Amen. I don't want nobody to trust me or to put any faith in me. No, put it in Jesus. He don't fail anybody. And I keep saying that to you, but you don't listen. I said the strongest of us will be the weakest of us. Why? Because I understand the psychology of human behavior. I studied it. And I understand that even myself would fail. Huh? Of course. Look at the wisest men. Look at all these guys, Bible characters. Failed, but Christ says, you're still my own. I still love you. I still love you with an everlasting love. Yeah. And so my wife loved me, my daughter loved me, my sister loved me, my family loved me. They understand, yes, they understand who I am. But, you know, the reality is that we have some stuff to discuss in the news. But the reality is, folks, there are some of us who take on problems that are not ours. We take on fights that are not ours. We get into discussions that we know nothing about. We get into dispute that we know nothing about. You hear of a dispute and you jump in. And you quickly choose a side, not knowing that you need to stay out. And that's where we fail as a people. Do not take people's enemy to be your enemy. What you perceive to be enemies, they are not. They are just persons having a difficult period, a difficult moment. Does not mean that they're enemies. But many of you, what you do is that you look at people's situation and you jump in. And you become bitter enemies with those persons, not knowing the person at all, not knowing the individuals involved. And you go to bed with that dangerous sleep that if you should die in your sleep, you're dying with an enemy that is not yours. And that is where you fail. I am not crazy. Other folks are not crazy to just wake up one day and say, you're my enemy. You don't wake up tomorrow and say, I have a problem with you. No. So sometimes, and not because persons are silent on issues, they're not sharing a lot of things, they're just controlled, it means that that person is guilty of anything, or, you know, that person hiding something. That's why they're not speaking, why they're not saying anything. Because people handle their issues differently. Some people are outlanguished, they're outspoken, they go out there and they're loud and everything else. Doesn't make them right. Doesn't make the other person wrong. What you can try to do is to say, just cool off and deal, y'all deal. I pray for y'all. You're both of you deal, or 3 of you deal, 5 of you deal. But what we do, we say, no, he's your enemy. Let him stay your enemy forever. Don't talk to him, nothing. Don't talk to his dog, his cat. He's just not good. He's not. And then you ask that person, why is he not good? Oh, because this is what I heard. This is what I heard. Okay. And what's next? And that's the society that we develop. And that's how we teach our children. Don't let go of anything. And that's the mindset of the people. I just want to big up my friend Champagne. You know, Champagne is a fun guy and I love him. You know, Champagne tried to do something today and he's genuine, I suspect. And so, you know, I looked at a person under the live. The name starts with V. I'm not going to embarrass persons. And that person don't even understand themselves. And so the person is trying to rub things and to dig deeper divide and deeper division. And you can see that this person is just driven by evil. You know, you would be in a moment, in a situation, you will say, no, leave that alone. Stop it. No, leave that alone. But they will be rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And before you know it, they get so old, lonely and miserable, they can't even keep a man or a woman. Because they're always bitter. They're always willing to hold grudges for a very long time and to get involved in wars that are not theirs. So I say to that person with their fake accent, stop it. Rebuke yourself. Correct yourself. Because what is going to happen to you, and I will predict it, you are going to wreck yourself. Stop your evil. Stop your bitterness. Whatever you did not get in life, it is not because somebody did it to you. Whatever you're angry about, it is because of you. And whether you have not gone to your country for 100 years, it is nobody's fault. So don't put your wash and your bitterness on other people. I just wanted to say that, but we have a lot to discuss. But sometimes you got to call people out, folks. Whether you're Christian or not, you got to call some people out. You see their type, their behavior, their attitude. And yes, you smile because you want to save friendship. But there are times, man, you got to sacrifice friendship and you got to tell the individuals the truth. Tell them the truth. It is okay to tell someone, I don't like what you did. I really don't like it, man. You disappoint me. I'm disgusted by it. It is good to do that. That's what you want. It helps you to grow. But what you do not want is a continual bitterness. And that's why I said to Champagne today, I said, look, Champagne, you know, that is a discussion that we will have privately. I am willing. I'm not rushing anything and I'm not forcing anyone. I'm open. And that's good. That's why I should be. Willing for unity, reconciliation, moving forward. Putting the side behind, the past behind, according to Paul, press towards that mark of the high calling. So I am here tonight as the police. Tonight we'll have a little fun. But I'm here as Police Boy Blue. I come tonight to save some of you from the devilish date that you're planning tonight. I come to save some of you from teenage pregnancy. I come to save some of you from AIDS and all kind of sexually transmitted disease. I am coming here to save some of you because some of you have some bad plans for tonight, and that's the truth. And some of you, your boyfriend, your husband, they're not home yet because they have to go by Jill and Teresa to celebrate Valentine's with Jill, Teresa, and then they come home to finish it with you. But we got to expose some of them. I heard a clown said today from the other side that, oh, when preachers preach, they preach only for the men, and when they preach is for the women. All kind of nonsense. That's uninformed behavior. But I'm here to save you guys. I know some of you have your perfume and you're all dressed up and you're ready to go out and you're ready for Valentine's, or you have your rose and you have roses on the bed. Are you married? If the answer is no, behave yourself. Tell the guy if he wants it, you got to put a ring on it. Period. Some of you have the power. You got to pull. You got to use your power, ladies. Every Valentine's is the same story. You ain't marrying me. Every Valentine's you love me. You're bringing roses. Huh? And you're always late with the rose. Where you come from, by Teresa? Give me a break. Anyway, let me just read my comments before we go into the program. I just meant to ramble there and to, get you stir up, get some of you angry. All right, so let's see how comments. Hey, my friend Maria, my favorite friend. Stephen, yes, sir. Let me see. Let me see what Stephen says. Well, I almost forgot about Valentine's Day. Last minute, I went to the butcher shop to get something special to cook because my partner already left a gift on the table before he went to work this morning. We home chilling tonight. Stephen, stay home and chill. And I like that. You cook a nice meal. Yes, man. Drink water and mind your business. Don't get in nobody fight, nobody business. That is not yours. I really appreciate you. Bibiana Wilson, Rosemary. Let's see what BBDT has to say. Champagne wants to bridge the divide. Hopefully both you and Marvin will accept. Time heals. BBDD. How are you, my friend? Mullen Gill says the good book says, who's without sin cast the first stone. Well, there's a lot of sinners with stones to cast at people, but their closet dirty as hell. Veronica, you hiding your face. What happened? Rosemary Busheri. Good night, my friend. Thank you for being locked in. Please share, folks, as you join the platform. Tonight, everybody's out. Nobody with their phones because, they're there. Some of them acting like they don't have to work tomorrow. Yeah? Yes. Lloyd, good night, Lloyd. Yes. Honey Richard, good night. Good night to you. Yes, man. Let me behave myself and let's get into some business. Yeah? We got to get into some business. And to my friend Donovan over on our YouTube channel, good night. Brenda, good evening. How are you? Charles, Norville, and all the others over on the platform. Welcome. Let's get to work. Let's get to work, folks. Let us get to work. Let's see what we have lined up for you tonight. And let's look at food prices in St. Lucia for a minute. Now, I said to you people, I have a WhatsApp group for Caribbean American News, and I asked some of you to join it. I know some of you left during the situation, but it is okay for you to come back on. The links is somewhere on Caribbean American News Media, Facebook. You can go there, get the WhatsApp link, and join. What I want you to do is to help us with graphic. When I say graphic, with pictures, we need those evidence when we speak about the food prices on the island, situations that you might have gone through with customer service. And by the way, I want to throw some of these banks in St. Lucia straight under the bus, because you are doing wrong to the people. You are not helping the people, especially those retirees in St. Lucia. You're playing with those people. And I'm going to throw you straight under the bus. You banks. So I'm coming for you bank people. So call some of them, especially Bank of St. Lucia. I'm coming for you all. You all have been abusing customers. One, because some of them do not have a choice. Because you're the only bank that do certain transactions, foreign transactions. And you know fully well that there are hundreds of retirees from overseas who are living in St. Lucia and they're depending on your service. But you treat them like trash. We will talk about you. But as I was saying, we want you to send us the videos, pictures. If you go to the supermarket and you see the prices, take the pictures and send them to us. We need those pictures. We need them, because I'm going to look tonight at food prices in St. Lucia. I'm going to show you something that shocked the devil. By the way, the devil is not in me, but it shook the foundation that I stand on. All right, so Marva, hi, how are you? How are you? Pastor, if you talk about Marvin publicly, you show. I'm not sure what you mean if I talk about Marvin publicly. Um, okay, so we'll move on. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Hi, Tiny. How are you? Eureka. I didn't talk about anybody. I spoke of a situation that I was dealing with for over 2 years, so I'm not even sure. And again, what I say is that many of you hear a piece of a story, but you don't know what actually took place. So for me, I would say to you folks, just relax, and if you are genuine, pray that the situation be corrected. But don't comment too much on what you are unaware of. There are more in the what do you used to say? There's more in the matter than on the pistol. So whatever you don't know, let's leave it alone tonight, so that the healing process and the restoring, because there is always restoring that needs to be done. So we're going to move on back on our food prices, but I just wanted to correct that. And a word of advice: if you don't know a full situation, stay out of it, or stay on the sideline and pray that everything work out for the good. That's all I will say. Some of us comment a little too much, and we say things out there. I hear a lot of things that are very ludicrous. It's crazy what you hear out there. All right, so we're going to stay focused. Okay? We are going to stay as focused as we can tonight. All right, my friend? No hard feelings. We still appreciate you being here. Yes, Angela, good evening, Pastor. Hey, my daughter came in, so just give me 1 minute, folks. Who did that? You? Oh, nice. Thank you, Boopsy. Be careful, okay? Yeah, sorry about that. That was my daughter. We home alone. I never really introduced you to my daughter or my family. I try to keep them out of the whole drama. I don't like to bring them in. But my wife's mother is at a nursing home, so she went over to the nursing home here in New York. And my daughter babysitting. Not babysitting, she's a big girl. She stays by herself. And by the way, I have only one child, one daughter who is 7 years old. And we, just to give you a little, some of you don't really know me. I'm married once. I've had very few girlfriends before marriage. I was always trying to figure out whether I should get married or stay single. But the Bible says it's better to get married than to burn, And I'm married to a Bajan. And we have one child. We made several attempts in the past to have kids. We buried our son. He was born. He did not make it during birth. That was actually the third or fourth child that did not make it. But our daughter, she, the Lord showed me that we would have had her. And he told me everything is going to be okay with her. And so she's here. She's a beauty. She is not a problem. She do not give trouble. Brethren, I'm telling you, you cannot ask for a better daughter like my little 7-year-old. Right now, she's upstairs in her room by herself. She says she does her homework and she eats her little crackers. She said to me, Daddy, I need you to bring grape juice home. I brought grape juice. And so she's doing her little stuff. Very nice. And we got to acknowledge when God blesses us with good children. And even the bad ones too, you got to acknowledge that, look, God give you those children, but you don't make their minds. but at least we help in training them up in the right way so that, they can be part of society, they can make a difference. But my daughter is one in a million, and very respectful, pleasant, soft-spoken, smart, very smart. Never had problems with her. Never, never, never. She don't cry like that. She's an August born like her dad. She's the same week with me in August. She's a lion, but now you know that I'm a lion. But, I just want you to know a little about me. And I also will be graduating in May. That's my second degree in ministry. I'll be graduating in Georgia at a seminary there. And I look forward to that graduation. I'm trying to equip myself so that I can help people. All right? And I just wanted you to know that, nothing, no drama with my life, personal life. It's just cool, quiet. We do a lot of missionary work in different countries together. My daughter, matter of fact, went to Guyana. She was a baby when we took her to that mission trip there in Guyana. We went to Bachelor Adventure. Then she went to Jamaica with us. Just born, took on the mission field. So she's a little missionary. She's a soldier. We go during summer here in New York. We go upstate under the woods where we camp. We put up our tents and our campfires. We cook on wood. We do a lot of outdoors when we have time. And that's our life. We try to live a quiet, peaceful life. I started acting crazy when I came on the scene, so please bear with me. You all make me so. I just wanted you all to know that. Zaki Femo Koha. Zaki Femo. Not the rum that do them that, the song say, right? Nah, you all that do me that. So let's go over to food prices. Let's go over to the food. But share the live as you come in. I just wanted you to hear a little about me. I am not all crazy as people say. Calm as calm can be. But sometimes when I get pushed, I really get, I go crazy like you saw in December. But I pray God that He continue to work on me as we become better and better. That's why I like the song which says, each victory will help you in order to win. You get better, you get better, you get better. You deal with things differently as you move forward in life. But I have my sheriff badge tonight. I'm the new sheriff in town. Let us look at food prices. Folks, honestly, I am not sure. I don't know how you folks are surviving in St. Lucia. I honestly don't know. I really don't. Just to add to what I was saying about my family, I have been cooking from the time I got married. I do all the cooking and I do all the grocery shopping. So I do grocery shopping and I do the cooking because I like to cook. When I'm stressed, I like to be in the kitchen. That's what I do. I cook and I clean the kitchen after I cook. Like tonight, I got home and guess what I did? I went on Sunday to the fish market in Jamaica, Queens, and I got tuna fish, a whole tuna fish. For some reason, I got a whole yellowfin tuna, fresh. I seasoned it and I fried some on Sunday. I bagged it in Ziploc bags, seasoned them, portioned them so I can pull one out when I want. And I remember the dasheen from St. Vincent, over 30,000 being sent to Miami. And so I went to the store on my way home and I bought a dasheen, some sweet potatoes, and some okras. And listen to me, before I came on live, I have already cooked. I cook a pot of broth, dasheen, sweet potato, okras, carrot, and my tuna fish. And I had a good broth. That's what keeps me looking young and nice. But I need to drink a little more so it can fix the brain, you know. Sometimes you go a little crazy. But yes. That's what I had today. A nice dasheen and stuff. I like to cook. So when I go to the store, I always think about my folks in St. Lucia. My folks in the Caribbean, St. Vincent, Grenada. How are these people surviving with the food prices? Look, my friend Catherine St. Bernard celebrating Valentine's Day. Who's your Valentine's tonight, Catherine? If you're in New York, I'm coming to look for you. My friend Catherine St. Bernard. But the prices in St. Lucia, they're crazy. I'm going to show you something, right? The price of oil. Oil in St. Lucia. And that's why I say to you folks, send me the pictures. Catherine Bernard, I hope it's you and Jesus alone. I hope it's you and Jesus. Stay away from them Valentines. Them Valentines fellas toxic. Let's look at this, folks. Look at the price. $98, $100 for a bottle of oil. Look at it carefully. 100 EC dollars for a bottle of cooking oil. It's right on your screen. $100, $98.29, and that's not, there's no VAT on it as yet. The taxes are not on it as yet. How do you people survive in St. Lucia? Think about you getting $300 or $400 a fortnight, and you have to buy oil. I'm not sure if there's cheaper oil in St. Lucia, but if you have to buy cooking oil on a salary of $400 a fortnight, I honestly feel your pain. And I wish somebody can correct me if I'm going wrong with what I'm saying here to you tonight. $100 for cooking oil, not oil to put in your vehicle, you know. Oil that you use to fry your fish or to do your little food. Boss lady, how are you? Folks, I'm asking you, please. Let's look at the thing that men use under the arm, the roll-on. Let's just have a look at it. I have some prices here some folks sent to me. Look at this. $20.60 for Dove roll-on to put under your arms. So if you walk around and you smell fellas smelling like smoke under their arms, don't blame them. If when you pass a guy or your boyfriend come tonight for Valentine's and he smell like coconut smoke under his arm, or he smell like fish guts under his arm, I don't blame him. $20.60 to put roll-on under your arm. Brethren, I want you to think about what I'm saying tonight. We are serious. We are discussing serious business tonight. The survival of a people. Don't be afraid. Share the live. Some of you are afraid to share the live because you're afraid people will say, oh, you on the pastor side. You on this side. You want to be on Marvin's side. You want to be on the pastor side. You want to be on this one side. Brethren, there's one side. There's one side. There are not two sides. There's the SLP and the United Workers' Party. So don't tell me about two sides. You want to be on this side and that side. If you're not a SLP, you're a UWP. If you're not a UWP, you're a SLP. Period. And when we're discussing these prices, folks, when we are discussing these prices, we are discussing your survival. It's a cock one. If you understand what I'm saying. All right? So let me put on my man voice. Let me put on my man voice. $20.60 for your Valentine guy tonight to smell good. That's why, and listen to me, listen. Also, if your boyfriend come home tonight and he smell like blue soap on his arm, listen to me. Don't dig nothing. $20. $20 just to take care of your arms. $20. Reverend, don't be afraid to send me pictures. 929-586-1821. Send them to me. And I'm going to have a serious talk with you people tonight. Here's another brand. The brand that we showed you was Dove. All right? Here's another brand. $28.95. $30 for roll-on. So you have, stick with me, you have $100 for oil. You have $30 roll on or roll off, whatever you call it. My question is, how do you people survive in St. Lucia? And we ain't finished yet. Let's go to Irish Spring, which is a very cheap soap here in the United States. Very cheap. Very cheap. Look at it. I'm showing you documentary evidence of what I'm saying. I don't want to speak from my head anymore. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Irish Spring soap. We call it sweet soap. $16 for 3. $16 for 3. 3 sweet soap. How do you survive, my question is? How do you survive in St. Lucia? Let's go over. We going. We have some more. Tide to wash your clothes. $160. $160. My question again, St. Lucians. How do you survive? Brethren, honestly, I sit there and it's bothering me. How do you survive, brethren? Look at it, $160. $100 for oil. How do you survive, my friends? I'm not asking politicians how they survive. Politicians survive on you. But I'm asking you, how do you survive? 2 years ago, how did you survive? Was things better then than now? Veronica says she bathing with blue soap. Veronica, when you finish bathing, you're turning blue just like the soap. And by the way, the blue soap has chemical in it that's not too good for your skin. Can be very harsh for your skin. And you possibilities there, you got to be careful with cancer and all those things. Because the skin is one of the biggest organ of the body. So be very cautious with the blue soap that you use to bathe with. I just wanted to caution you. And that's why I said to you, a lot of people in an attempt to survive, they will do a lot of things that are damaging to their health. They will eat things that are not too good for them. They will put things on their skin, under their arms, that are not too good for them. And before you know it, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer that you know nothing about on the island. But I can tell you, blue soap has some chemical that is not too friendly to your skin. It was meant for clothing, not your skin. I know back in the days we used to bathe in blue soap too, in the river. You lather down yourself with the blue soap. But it was not good. It was not good. So let's go back to survival. So listen. Between the oil, roll-on soap, and Tide to wash your clothes, you're looking at about $300 to $400 just for those 4 items. Now, your salary, I'm going to ask you, especially you security guards, how much do you get a fortnight? How much do you make a month? By the way, some of you ain't making nothing and you're still minding people's business. Some of you can't buy Dove to put under your arm and you're still in people's business. That was a sidebar. But I'll tell you what is your business. Your business is to speak up. Sorry. I didn't mean for that. My hands slipped on it. My hands slipped on that thing. Honestly, I'm not playing around.
You want to be part of that. Since when that's your role? Since when that's your role?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a mistake, brethren. But let's stick to the discussion. $400. Security guards. How much does a security guard make a fortnight? And by the way, they don't even pay you a week in St. Lucia's, either by the month or the fortnight. And sometimes to get your monies from some of these people, it is all kind of excuses. And Maria said we do not have a choice but to and you're right, there you do not have a choice but to deal with it. But I say you do have a choice. Because when you elect your government, you elect them to deal with food prices. Yes. So when a government says to you, there's nothing we can do, it's happening all over the world. Yes, there is a lot that your government can do to ease your burden when it comes to food prices. Let me show you something here. Listen to what Miss Motley said to her Bajan people. Miss Motley, Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, encourages her people to plant backyard gardens. She is asking them to grow their own food. Prime Minister of Barbados. She's not telling them to eat more bananas as a solution and drink more Simas. She's asking them to grow their own food. Huh? Reverend, let's talk. Boss lady says she used to wash her face with blue soap. If you realize when you wash your face with blue soap, your face feels dry. But look into it. Mayor Motley, the Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados, urges Barbadians to plant their own foods. Now, I remember Daddy Compton, who used to say to St. Lucians, Lucian, what's your bread? And he used to say that to y'all because he understands the policies and the philosophy of the SLP. And he would say, Lucians, watch your bread. Prime Minister of Barbados, plant more foods. Plant your own foods. And there are too many lazy people on the island. You have land, you have water, you have soil, you can get the seeds and stuff. You can plant everything that you need to eat, basically, you know. You can plant your dasheen, your sweet potato, your carrots, your seasoning peppers. You can plant a lot of your own foods. Somebody said they will buy the $100 ham. They complaining all year, but during Christmas season, you should see their cats. You wonder where they get the money. They will buy $100 ham. Well, they get their money from the United States and Canada and England. Their family sends the money over for them, especially those family members who cannot travel, not legal. They would send the money over for them, the families, to have a good time. And that's a fact. But not all families in St. Lucia have families overseas. And by the way, a lot of the families overseas can't even pay their own rent here in New York. Some of them can't survive. Some of them are on food stamps. And that's the truth. I'm not saying that they're bad because of that. I'm just telling you the real situation. So sometimes you say, oh, send me this. Everything you see on TV, send. But your families are catching their royal tail here to survive. Some are behind on their rent, even their cell phones. Yes, it is difficult for some of them. And because some are not documented, they got to be very careful on the job. They got to take what they get. And I want to rebuke people who make persons who babysit and take care of children here in the United States, make them feel like they're doing less of a job. That's garbage. Because a babysitter gets more money than you will ever earn in your life sitting in St. Lucia. And sometimes babysitters get more money than your politicians. It's a legal work. It's a good work. It's an honest work. It's an honorable work. And it should not even be a discussion. A job is a job except prostitution. An honest day's job, it's a job. But I'll tell you, for those who live in New York especially, it is very expensive to live in New York. You know how much for rent in New York? We have an apartment building there in Brooklyn, and a one-bedroom house that we have repairing right now, almost $1,700. We have another two-bedroom apartment, $2,300-$400 a month. Then you have your Metro card. And then everybody in St. Lucia, cousin, auntie, neighbor, everybody wants you to pack barrel every week. Because some fool went down to St. Lucia and tell them, show off with their expensive clothes and shoes, and say to you, oh, we pick those things up by the road. We get all these things. People just put them by the road. We pick them up on the road. Kamati by Simuna. And when you go and lie to them, they look at me now and they say to me, oh, you're not selling anything for us. Somebody tell me that you're picking up all them things by the road. So we go to St. Lucia showing off. We pack 3-4 suitcases with brand name stuff, with the labels still on them, And we walk through the villages making everybody, feel so proud of us. And we look like, you look like Miss America and Mr. America with your nice American self. But you're catching your tail. But you're just trying to impress them. But the reality is not fair to especially those who are struggling on the island. Oh, yes, you got to look good. But stop lying to them. Stop telling them how nice things are in New York. Stop it. You need to tell them how long the lines are at the pantries. Yes. Some people have to stay in a room, rent rooms with other people in order to make it, to manage. And by the way, you can't even rent room with anybody again, especially your own people, because they're fuyaya. They like your business. They like to talk. When you leave to go to work and they're home, they search up all your things. And they're on the phone with your name. Telling people how nasty you are. You leave your clothes in the bathroom, and look, you leave your plate in the sink, and you leave the stove dirty. They gossip about you when you're renting with people. And that's why a lot of people prefer to be by themselves. They prefer to pay the $1,000 a month and be by themselves than to be in a room with some of you, because you're terrible. And some of you can't stand people for too long. You tell them, come to America, come to America. And when they come, 2 weeks after, you start sucking your teeth and beating pots and slamming doors and stop buying food and complaining and passing them straight and grumbling like you're some old witch. You invited them, told them to come stay by me. You show off self. But perception, we want to show people that we are something that we are not. Tell them that you're catching your tail. Tell them that you live in the project. Tell them that you have bugs in your apartment and cockroach and rats. Tell them that you can't even pay your full rent and your telephone bills. Tell them the truth, so that they will not depend on you. Some of you are too jealous and bad-minded too, you know. When you see some people are prospering up here, and they have their own home, their vehicle and everything else, their nice wife and everything and their children, you get jaloux, you jaloux. So you start saying things about them. And while people are catching hell in these countries, $100 a gallon of oil, $30 for a roll-on, $16 for 3 Irish Spring, when you can get 3 Irish Spring sometimes for $4, sometimes less. And a box of Tide, $160. And by the way, you're not even checking for your light bill and water bill there in St. Lucia, because light bill alone, I'm not sure why people are paying so much money in St. Lucia for electricity. Honestly. Well, I'm not boasting. I got a light bill last week, $20, because I have solar on the roof. $20. But when you look at electricity bill in St. Lucia, what you have in your house? A little fridge, 2 bulbs, you iron once in a while, a little computer, you charge your phone, and $260, $300 sometimes for electricity. These people are out to destroy you, the people. And again, it has a lot to do with policies. That's why I say to you, politicians have failed the people of St. Lucia. And if I was a politician, and God forbid that I become one, I would be sitting with these utility companies. I would ask them, what are you doing? I would ask them, what are you doing? Are you crazy? And at the end of the year, you know, when they're doing their reports, oh, we make millions of dollars this year, and we have in our reserve $1 billion, and we pay our CEO a stipend of $1 million for their hard work. But they cannot reduce on electricity bill in a time when you guys need it most. Governments are silent. Their lips are sealed. Why? Because you, the taxpayers, are paying their electricity. So that they are in the air-conditioned offices. Some of them sleep in air-conditioned homes that you pay for with all their allowances, and they do not petition on your behalf. I am saying it is time for a revolution in St. Lucia. It is time for you people, you the St. Lucians, who are feeling the squeeze, to stand up and let your voices be heard. Don't let these politicians henpeck you, bamboozle you. And what you do, you're out there fighting each other, cussing off each other's mother and their cousin, and their dogs and their cats. You can't even eat a proper meal. You can't even pay electricity. Water bill, worse. They don't give you the water, but you have to pay a bill for air. And every time they take off that water and they send back to you, when the air comes through the pipe, guess what? The air turning the clock. So you're paying for air, basically. Have you ever turned on your pipe and all you hear is zzz, no water, just air? Those crooks. The poor will always be poor, and the rich would always get richer. But no, let's talk about each other. Let's get involved in fights that are not ours. But what you're supposed to be talking about, your electricity companies, your water company, the cell phone company, another big rip-off in St. Lucia. And what? The government, because the government, some of them have shares, their mouth zip, because they do not have to pay their cell phone bill. You, the taxpayers, got to pay it for them. And in their package, they call it entertainment allowance. So they can't talk to no cable company for you. Where is Ectel? Where is the Blue Whale? All they're doing is stopping Sky FM from broadcasting. You think they care about your phone bill, your internet bill? They don't care a hoot. The first thing they did was to shut down Sky FM. They shut Sky FM down when they should be looking at the telecommunication companies that are ripping you off in cell phone bills. We had cable and wireless. Not everybody had phones. We cried and we cussed cable and wireless, said we want competition. Digicel came. AT&T came. And what happened to y'all? They're spitting y'all eyes after. Selling you packages that makes no sense. Remember when you used to have to pay when somebody called you, you have to pay, and when you call somebody, you have to pay? Anyhow, somebody getting pay? You remember those days? Some of you just born yesterday, you don't know nothing in the discussion. A horse of that noise and smoke you're keeping. You're like an old truck. Horse of the noise. But remember those days. Once you pick up and you make that phone call, credit will finish. Remember you used to have the pagers and go in the phone booth with the page. When somebody page you, you go in the phone booth, put in your little coin and make your thing. Then you had dong dong dong. Bagala finish allow. Don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. These politicians don't care about you. Because if the politicians cared about you, your electricity bill, your light bill, your water bill, your phone bill would not be where it is today. And take that to the bank and smoke it. Well, I don't know if you take it to the bank and smoke it, but try to do something with what I just said. You want to get involved in fights that are not yours. Oh, listen what you said. This is what you said about this one. Listen what you told this one. Oh, stop your crap and let's talk about the issues. That's not your business. Mind your business. Hypocrite. When you're lying on your neighbor, lying on your cousin, all over St. Lucia, you're spreading rumors on the job, fighting your co-worker for the position, carrying news on the boss, you bunch of hypocrites. Then you want to come and, oh, listen what he said. This is what you say. Oh, get out of here.
What do you mean, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Mr. Speaker, I realized for a long time you want to be part of that. Since when that's your role? Since when that's your role?
Since when that's your role? You know me? Acting like you're so sanctimonious and holy, bunch of hypocrites. Lying on your neighbor. Going to the match, you need a gage for your neighbor. You remember that? When you spend your last $50, you go and borrow the $50 and you went to the Obia man for your neighbor. But you come in here, oh, Pastor Olliver, Pastor Garfield did this and he said that and he did this and he do that. Shut up, hypocrite. Go and repent. You lying, gossiping, wicked person. But, let's go back to the discussion. So, and some of you don't like the truth, you know. You don't like the truth, man. You hate it with a passion. Go check the closet. Tell me what you see there. Remember when you cheated on your husband? With Tommy? In the blue minivan? Oh, you didn't remember that? Yeah. You don't remember that, ain't it? Eh? Telling the man the Valentine's child is his when it's not his. You know fully well it's not his. Coming and be all holier than thou now. Don't talk to me. Go talk to yourself. Let me deal with my transgressions. So you take that to the bank and deal with it. So the bigger issue is our seniors who got a fine $200 to pay light bills. Why can't we have special rates for senior citizens in St. Lucia? You see why I have to. And I'm seeing every day that I will have to get involved in this political thing, you know. Because some of these pastors and spiritual leaders, they don't care because they're getting monies from the church to pay their light bills and to pay their phone bills. Why in St. Lucia do we not have special rates for retirees, both water and electricity? Why do we not force these cable companies to have special rates for senior citizens who have served their country? But no, you want to talk about me. The last time I checked, I don't own any cable company. And the last time I checked, your government ain't saying nothing to them on your behalf. Because what I would have done, I'm telling you, what I would have done, I would have sanctioned all these businesses to a meeting, from the supermarkets to the cable company to the light company. I would call these guys into a meeting. And I would say to them, I am the Prime Minister of this country. I don't like what you guys are doing. I don't like what you're doing to my seniors. I don't like what you're doing to my poor families in Dennery, in Lacaille, in Olio, Grand Riviere, Del Riviere, Montparnasse, Lime, Soisel, Poilin, and Micoud. I would pull every one of you in a meeting. And you ain't leaving that meeting until we come to a conclusion. I don't care how much contract, what 40 years agreement we sign. We're not leaving out of that meeting until I get something from my seniors and my hurting families in the society. You prime ministers and leaders, politically, you don't care a hoot about the regular people. Because if you did care, you would have been in meetings every day tormenting these business people, those supermarket chains. I miss Julian's under Mr. Shastney, the senior. Remember Julian's used to get cheap food? Everybody, boy, you see them farmers when they pull their paycheck, run into Julian's. Hey, listen to me. These people back in the days, I used to see it on Fridays in St. Lucia. The market would be packed, the banks packed. Supermarkets, you see them elderly women with a big bag on their head, big bag of food, pushing big bags upon bags. You see them 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the back of minivans. Some of them had to get their own van, open vans to come and load with their foods and everything else. Happy days. And Compton warn you all. Compton say to you all, watch your bread, Lucians. But you laugh at Compy. You say, oh, Compy has no moral authority. Compy should go back to his country. Compy was not born here. Huh? You cuss him off. And he said to you all, if you have old clothing, don't throw them. Compton said to you all, put your old clothes under your bed. Y'all ain't listen. Y'all throw them in the garbage. And when you were promised better days, and the better days did not come, you know what you all did? You all called Compton to come back. Please, Compton, come. We need you. And poor Compton came back and died trying to serve you, the people. The ungrateful people of a nation. We have always been ungrateful to our leaders. Unthankful. Look at your prices. I am asking. I'm asking you. Remember the better days? Do you all remember those better days? You know what you guys got? A country in peril, a broken country. You know what you did? You voted Kenny Anthony out. That's how you guys do it. You voted him out. Mr. Alan Shastney says to you all, let's get the 5 for 5. I have a plan. I have a plan for you all. Health care, a better hospital, a new airport, proper roads, more factories and call centers. Y'all cuss about and say he thief. And then you all told him go back to his country. Same thing you all did, John Compton. Nothing new under the sun. And now he's out. And Awush not doing much for you all. You know what you all doing now? Some of you gone quiet. You're ashamed. You're catching your tail in silence. You're suffering in silence. You can't breathe. Their foot is in your neck. You can't breathe. But you can't say nothing either. Because you're the same neighbor who had a red flag high in the sky cussing off every United Workers Party supporter, calling them dogs and thieves. Telling them they're white, they should go back to their country. Ignorant people. And now you're saying, oh, BBC, bring back Shas. Oh, where's Shasta? We want Shasta. We want our hospital. Oh, bring back Shasta. We want our roads. Too much potholes. Wait. Massapin. Bring back Shas. Oh, Koshas. BBC. BBC. Where's Shas? We can't. Some of you hypocrites, y'all there praying. But yeah, I can't wait for them to call elections. But yeah, I prefer to trust Shas than let me shut my mouth, bunch of hypocrites. You can't talk. Trisha Lionel or her, whatever she is, Lionel or whatever it is, bail out on you all as soon as her party got in power. Lights out, camera finish. From her take him paymently, she gone overseas to study to become a lawyer. What do you think them laborers do? When you shout for them and they win, they're sending you to go and study law. There's another one, they send her to study law too. Where's the other one? My friend, what do you call him? Used to be shouting all, beating pan like a crazy man. Christopher. Patriot. Revolution have finished. You're not hearing one thing. Not even a newspaper article you're hearing. Not even Facebook you're seeing Christopher on. Christopher not even coming under any live. Can I help you? Can I help us? He's not coming on the NBC. Christopher, he's not coming under any live. Facebook finish. Bunch of hypocrites. I know y'all used to hear, oh, Shasti, Pabo, Shasti. And some of you, UWP, join the bandwagon. Shasti, Pabo, Shasti, the white man, sell our country, $1 a square foot, sell it. I put it like I hate it. I'm a green fig. None of them rejoicing. What you sow is what you reap. From Shasney to from Compton to Shasney, same story. They warn you guys. They told you to be careful how you vote. Be careful. Vote on the issues. So can vote for chicken egg rum. What Norbert in Poile could have done for you all? You had a woman, Gail. Rigobert. I don't like her too much, but because she's a UWP, Manny choice. A soldier killer. Maafuta Babasla. The only thing I'll confess, the only thing I didn't like about Gail is her accent. I was confused. Today she said Lucian, tomorrow she's English, today she's American, next year she's Russian. That's honestly the only thing I had with her. And that's the truth. And none of you can stop me from speaking the truth here. I drink water and mind my business. And so, y'all say Gail wasn't doing nothing. You know what Gail did for y'all? She put a state-of-the-art clinic for y'all. She built roads. She did a lot of stuff for y'all. You know what y'all did? Y'all voted for a little young boy who running around with all kind of women. Don't care about you all. Y'all voted out a woman who was working. And look at Guy. Guy was working Este, working. Stanislas in Soufrière, working. Chaste, working. There's one or two lazy ones, yes. Mamem creating on you. But these guys were working, and that's the truth. Your patik a simigwen. They were working. And what you do? You follow the noise. Empty barrels make plenty noise. Y'all put out Gail Rigobot, a worker. If you can't stand the woman accent, you put on earphones and you read her lips. Me take a travail. Look at guy. Before there's a flood, Bradley Felix, worker. And this other guy, what's his name, my friend? From, is it Ancillary? What's his name from Ancillary? Workers. Dominic did for that community what no politicians have done before. What you all did? You all put him out. Even Spider. Now you have a guy who walk around like his arm broken, showing off muscles in tight jackets. Pretending with the cameras and turning and watching, oh yes, and talking in a kind of voice that we will not have any more activities on our fields. Following week, big bacchanal on the field. I'm telling you what you vote for, you know. I'm not making a joke tonight. Casimir, if Casimir ever fall down in the house, to chillat like a pity, that's how tight it is. No room for accident. No room. The man didn't have no room for any problems, any difficulties he encounter. I hope you don't buy your jackets at Bobby's, because if you wear it that tight, okay, no problem. Anyway, I know probably, I know cozy. That's what you vote for. And I remember some of your faces, you know. No pama she me. No vle la posh no la. Ching ching no vle. Ching ching. We want the money. The money. I hear some of you can't even pronounce the money good. We want the money. We hungry. Upa hungry ako. Uka my green fig. Take loans and give us the money. The money. Shasne mem vetis house have. Shasne tell you all, fellas, these people don't have a plan. They're beating pan, but they don't have a plan. I kind of like that. The man told you all they're beating pan, but they don't have a plan. And you gullible people. And yes, you know what throw everything overboard? Philip Gervais smart. Me say a smart tell me. Me say the Mr. Shashne, if I become prime minister, I give you $1,500. Let's say Mola come on put $1,500. You Philip Gervais. Who said that? Me? Not me, oh. That's not what I said. Show me a tape. Show me a tape. Pa mo kini sa pa mo. Your doctor tapes about body, sir. Andre, I did not say that. Man say he's going to give you all a raise, frontline workers, because you all deserve the raise. Let's say frontline workers, I got my raise. We have not reached the budgetary. We have not reached the plan. The fishermen in Denry got bamboozled and fooled. Up to now, you can gotta put tax slab, put your tax slab. Oh, there's no roads on the sea. Mr. Shasta is a crazy man, and he's a white man, and he's a slave master, and he's not good for St. Lucia. And so we're going to remove the road taxes because there is no roads on the sea. Up to now, they're still paving. By the way, the roads are much smooth. The sea, it is much smoother now on the labor than the roads. Pama de mo come nesse muna fesa. Pama de mo se question ça. Pama de mo betis. I'm de yo. So the question is, how did the Labour Party government get the sea to be much smoother than our roads in St. Lucia? So the fishermen in Denry, they're having a better ride on the sea than when they get on land to go and sell their fish in the valley. Lani to tell me, say fisherman, you can have seasickness on the road, you know, not on the sea. Them fellas going to sea, they're not vomiting on the sea. When they come to sell their fish in the valley, they're getting sick, right? Driving in them potholes, they're getting sick. On land, ma have come on here, Labour Party, mais c'est bon. So I'm asking fishermen in Denry, how do you feel about not having electricity at Daito? How do you feel still paying your taxes on the road? Yes, the Labour Party was able to make the sea much better for you all. You all ain't getting seasick there. But come on here, uka hen seasick, just selling fish, going to the valley, Lakai, Grand River, uka malad, uka vomi from seasickness. It to a tell me go. Come on here, say neighbor body side, you can do the tooth bag topsy jump, tooth bag like upside down, we. Come on here, say books are a face bag I saw, monsieur. My boy glow face avec moi then. Glow na boy, my boy ain't. But these are the pertinent questions that I have to ask. So the man say he will give you all $1,500. BC di moi ma di sa. Comment ne kon I hen say $1,500 by so. Ou quoi mo se chasse ne mo sa hen man la. He said, me, I never said it. Oh, and the Labour Party supporters, they said, no, the Prime Minister never said that. Are you crazy? The Minister, listen again. Go listen to the tape. Mr. Prime Minister never said that he will give you all any $1,500. He said, if. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you're in government now. What do you mean, if? You know, if now, you are in government. Prosper. Mr. Prosper. Why the mushroom company closed down? And just in case you tell me I'm lying, let me show you the mushroom company. Look at there. Why did we lose this farm? Prosper. Excuse me, Mr. Prosper. Not my fault. My hands touched the thing by accident. You don't know whether I touch it or not, and it's flush. Just like Pear didn't promise you all $1,500, I didn't touch it. You all didn't hear no flush sound. Nothing to see here. But folks, this is the truth. You people in Denry, how things swinging in Denry? How things swinging? Everything look good? How many of you can go and sell at the fish festival? Come lá ou sa vela? Muni lá pour acheter poisson? Whip on me. I'm going to question. I was still looking for you all in Denry. Things bright? I can tell you, only those hacks, the hackalacks, they're the ones that will tell you, oh, everything is beautiful. Mr. Prosper is the best that we've had in Denry. He's also the best agricultural minister. Oh, yes, he was good. He's good. He's the best. Yes. And so that's the cycle. So my question to you is, why can't our government officials meet with the electricity company, meet with the water company and the supermarket chains and ask them to stop it. Period. Full stop. Why can't you do that? If I was Prime Minister, as I said, I would meet with all these guys, the supermarket chains, light, water company, cable company, cell phone company. We not, miss me, I'm locking myself in the room with y'all. No lunch for y'all on taxpayers' account. Walk with your own lunch. And let's talk. Why do we have our senior citizens paying all that money in electricity? Why can't we have special rates in St. Lucia? If you're a retiree, elderly, above a certain age, you have to pay a certain percentage. Water, light. Cell phone company, special price, fixed price for our senior citizens. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? Why can't we force their hands? Why can't we say to them, don't come and ask us for anything until you fix it? Reduce the prices for our people. Invest in our people. Why can't you do that? Because you're just like them. Huh? Bunch of jokers. And look, I wrote something here. You know what these guys did? They bamboozle you again. You know what they said to you, Mr. Casimir? Oh, we are launching an app for the youth, for employment. How the hell app going to give people work that are not out there? Did you create jobs for the people? Another gimmick. And by the way, did you, Mr. Casimir, create this app? Or it's a private individual? But you jump on board boasting about app for the youth. Where are they going to work? At Bell Fashion? Napani Bell Fashion, right? Where are they going to work? At Daito? Napani Kuwa? What they're applying for? Ocho Lab. Send home half of the employees, their workers. Talk to me. What you doing with the app? I have a question. The CIP, whose daughter got employed there? I'm just asking, I don't know. Is it the Prime Minister? Mr. Prime Minister, is it your daughter who landed that big job? Would it not be a conflict of interest? Can you not find another young person to give that job? Mr. Prime Minister, how many of your families are drawing salaries from the government now? Just a question that I have to ask. Don't tell me don't ask it. You're out of place. You're rude and you're out of place. You're out of order. I'm waiting for an answer, Ma Tanaye. Friends and families. Friends and families. And the citizens enjoy the crumbs from the table. And I'm not comfortable with that. Period. So if it is true that our Prime Minister daughter landed a big job, then that must be flushed. And if it is true that there is no electricity at Daito in Dennery, we shall flush that too. And if it's true that we do not have an end date for St. Jude Hospital, and we don't know the amount of beds for the hospital, and we don't know the final cost of the hospital, my friend, we got to flush that too. So instead of the United Workers' Party fighting among themselves with Jimmy and all the others, you need to be flushed too. Because looking at the cost of living on the island and what we are arguing about makes no sense to a poor family. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. So I would say to the party, as you organize yourself, as you regroup and you bring yourself together, please focus on the plight of our poor citizens on the island. I have a clip I want to share with you before we dismiss. But this gentleman got killed last night in Dennery. Our condolences to his family. I think this is murder number 7. And we are in February. Murder, she wrote. That's number 7. Also, our 70-year-old or 78-year-old granny who got killed in her home, we found out who said, no, Judge Charles, Marvin is not in New York. And Richard Frederick. Richard Frederick is in St. Lucia. Marvin is right there in the Caribbean. But let's go back to business, Charles. Stop distracting me, man. Leave Richard alone. If the man have a 3-day visa, 4-day visa, 5-day visa, is the man visa. Mr. Speaker already have to pay $75,000 for his mouth, so I ain't paying none for mine. Let's go to a clip, folks. An HDS clip
friends and family, Marcelina Alexis, the 78-year-old widow, must have felt safe. But on that fateful afternoon of 20th January, there was a criminal lurking nearby. Within moments, Mrs. Alexis was dead on the floor of her house. She had been discovered by neighbors who had responded to her cries for help. She had been stabbed in the neck. In a surprise turn of events, the mother of a ward at the nearby boys' training center claims that her son has confessed to the crime.
I would like to sympathize with the family, the deceased family, on behalf of my son at the boys' training center. I sent my son at the boys' training center for something he did. I thought it was the right place for him and a better place for him. But I want to ask the security and those who work at the boys' training center. At the time that child left the boys' training center to go and commit that crime and come back at 5:30, you all did not realize as a security, you all missing a child at the center. The child commit the crime and she...
Okay, before we go on with that clip, very sad mother. She sent her son for correction at the boys' training center. And the boy was able to leave what's supposed to be a secured environment, left that secure environment, and kill an elderly woman and went back into that center. Past the security guards. So my question is, who are the security guards over there? What's going on at the boys' training center? What's going on? This story will sound very funny in the news. Very funny story. And listen to the story again. A boy was sent by his mother to the correctional boys center because the boy is out of control. The boy was able to escape, walk out, kill a woman, walk back in at 5 in the morning. And no security company missed him, no guard, nothing at all. And the poor mother is asking why. I sent my son to a center to correct his ways. My son walked out of a secured environment. A woman lost her life. And everybody is quiet. There is no press conference. Where's Virginia Albert Poyot? No, Virginia Poyot. Miss Poyot, did anybody hear any statement from her? Talk to me, folks. I'm going to read the comments now. Did anybody hear any information from Miss Poyot? No? When I tell you this government is a photo up government, y'all think I'm joking? Well, you know why I say it? Big show off, building more police stations, fire station in Grosile. You know that $75,000 that the speaker got to pay, the state got to pay? That money could have helped to secure that area. I guarantee you that the boy didn't jump through no window. But let's go back to the clip.
I need answer. I need answer for the deceased family and myself also. It's painful and it hurts to see my son going through that. Lord, help me. I need you all to help me and forgive my son.
The distraught mother is questioning why her son, who was in the care of the boys' training center, was allowed to leave the premises.
I'm calling on y'all at the boys' training center. I, as a parent who care and love my son, I need an answer, please. I need an answer to ask the security where he was at the time. Because the place the child showed us, he passed. There is no way a security will stand in the center and not realize a child is passing on that compound to go on that highway to go and commit a crime. Come out and tell us what you all know. I need to work with my son to help him and sympathize with the family.
According to the mother, her son's behavior was perplexing and very difficult to manage, forcing her to take the decision to place her son under the care of the boys' training center. She alleges that someone had caused her son to misbehave through the use of supernatural powers.
My son, they're like a child that possessed. He's doing things and he don't know he's doing it. But I want to tell the person who done that to my son, there is a God above.
News Force sought to contact the boys' training center to no avail. A 15-year-old boy has been charged for causing the death of Marcelina Alexis and has been detained at the boys' training center, the very institution from where he allegedly escaped to commit a crime a fortnight ago. The Alexis family is said to be very disturbed by the way in which information surrounding the case has been disseminated, at least by one local news organization. Stanley Lucian for the HGS News Force.
So the guy escaped and they put him back in the same place. But mother, I feel your pain, but leave the obia out of it. Leave the supernatural out of it. You put your boy in the home because he's misbehaving. He's not, he's not doing well. You put him there. Leave obia out of it for now. Leave that out. For us, we have no evidence about obia. We don't know anybody did anything to the guy. But you are right. We, the public, not you only, we, the public, want to know what's going on at the boys' training center. Who are the security guards on duty? Is it a private security firm? How much are these guards being paid, by the way? Huh? So let's leave the obia out of it. And as I said earlier, I feel your pain. Your son did something that, it's very bad. There's no excuse for it. Huh? We're not blaming anybody for putting obia on him. He got to bear the consequences of his actions. But I would believe by now Miss Poyet should have issued a statement. Don't tell us you're investigating. Come out and speak to the public. And that's the problem. You in the House want to cuss off Mr. Chasney, Virginia. You want to beat down the United Workers' Party. You can't even do your job. The only thing you can do is to attack the United Workers' Party. You can't do your work, your job. You need to be flushed. I know some of you got to sleep. But it is time for this government to do their job. People are losing their lives because you are not doing your work. So let me help you do your work. There should be new security officers, trained officers. A matter of fact, at that facility, what you should have Funny. Dear Jesus, please put me in government so that I can help to make a difference. Amen. Here what should be happening at the boys training center. The boys training center should not have security guards. The boys training center should have a shift of prison officers guarding the facility. Correctional officers should be assigned also to the boys training center. I think I'm making some sense. You know why? Because you're dealing with hardened criminals who are not of age to be at the maximum security prison. So if they are criminals and they're not of age to go to the main prison, then I believe this facility should be a maximum secured facility. Therefore, you cannot have security guards there. You need state officers securing that facility. Not security guards, sir. No, no, no. You need to have correctional officers who are trained securing the boys training center. Period. It is another arm of the facility up there. I'm sure I'm making sense. So here is the guy who killed a woman being sent to the same facility with the security guards that he escaped. Think about it. If you have a murderer who is not of age there, then I think you will need correctional officers there who are trained. So we got to Miss Virginia. I would say, get to work. This is not a week show. Get to work. It's not an Alan Chastney show. Get to work. Remove those security guards from that place. And get correctional officers assigned. So when you're doing your shift planning for Bodily, you are doing it also for the boys training center. Do you hear me? And that's the best advice, my lady, I can give you. That's what I would say to you. And that's what should be done. And if I was listen to me, if I was living in that community around that building, as a resident, I would stand up and demand that that place be secured by officers from the state. I would have demanded that. Because my life is no longer safe. Because you are housing criminals who are not of age for Bodily. But you are housing them right there in Grosile, in my community. And I am not feeling safe. Because one escaped and just killed someone in their home. I am not feeling safe. Please secure Grosile. Secure the boys training center. For me, please, Miss Poyot. What, you thought governing would have been just like politicking? Where you just come in the house and cuss off Shasta and tell him, oh, there was no ambulance, this building wasn't good. You think that's all to it? You didn't know you had to lead? You think it's a wig show, a fashion show? You didn't know you had to lead? So get to work. And make a statement tomorrow. Folks, I know you got to go, I got to go too. I'm going to read some of your comments, and then I got to go, because some of you have to pay your expensive electricity bills. And I'm going to ask Mr. Chastney, as they group together, that they come up with a plan for the Boys Training Center. Give us a good plan for that center. A matter of fact, you got to remove it from that residential place. And I would recommend that you get a spot close to the bodily facility and build a nice center there for rehabilitation. A secure place away from, the population. That would be my recommendation. But it would appear to me that that's not a good place for that facility. And it is not maximum. It is not secured. All right? So I would recommend that, Mr. Chastney. Put out a plan for us, please. Let's read. Andrea, George Charles, I said I would take you to my lawyer, for you'll make me lose my case. This young man should pay for his actions because he left the place to do something here. I give you the bell, agree for correctional officers. Thank you, Veronica. I make a lot of sense over here. Yes, a lot of folks are agreeing with me, Veronica. Prison officers should guard them, yes. Virginia. But I'm not going to read that one, George. The training center should be changed, yes. No, this boy can't be charged. He can be charged. The boy can be charged. But he cannot go to the main prison. The guy can be charged. Anyone can be charged for murder. But that's why they have to, because of its age, the government need to look at this facility and understand that you have criminals there too. Yes, you have some boys who need just correction. They need to spend a little time. But you also have boys who are very bad. They are so bad that their parents cannot keep them at home. We got to understand that. All right? You got to. I'm going to read the comments. Pastor Olliver, seems I'm watching you 8 times for the month. I will send half my phone bill to you. No problem. Send it to me. I'll send it to my brother and friend Anson. He will take care of it. Okay, let's see here. Mind your business. Okay, we're not going to go any further. I'm just going to say thank you, folks, for being here with me tonight. Boss Lady says, I think this training center should be relocated, if you ask me. And that's true. That's what I was saying earlier. It should be relocated to a more secure place. And I heard they wanted to move it to the school there in, is it Corinth? Or close to Gablewoods Mall up there. That's not a good place. That's not a good place. That place needs to be away from the population. It needs to be exactly where the bodily facility is. By the way, there's a big hotel that was building over the sea there. I think it was halted. Why the government don't take it over and have that center there? Uvle escape, ukainipu swim. And you might have to deal with the snakes at the same time. But that's a good place for that. Yeah, that old hotel when you go into Pale, when you go up the hill going to Bodile, there's a hotel that started there. The government can take that property and finish it. By the way, anyway, government, you can't even finish the hospital if facilities are like I finish. My drink water and my there. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so Wilson, they will never get to work. It's just not in the SLP to do. Yeah, boy. Anyway, folks, I want you to have a beautiful night.
Welcome to Caribbean American News.
All right, so good night to all. Thank you for being here. Folks, I really appreciate you. Everybody else is on Valentine's assignment. So expect in the next few months, we have an increase in population. You have a lot of Mauricio. Who's the father? I am not the father. He's the father. DNA testing, all kind of thing going on in the next few months. Because tonight everybody believes because it's Valentine's, they're supposed to go out there, have sex, and do all kind of craziness. So some of them, they can't go to work tomorrow because they're tired and stuff like that. So I came here deliberately to protect some of you. To protect some of you and keep you all out of this Valentine's thing. Don't let Valentine's get you caught up. Things already tough in St. Lucia. A matter of fact, some of you hearing me right now, you're there doing your foolishness. And you hearing my voice. Tell the man I say, if he don't marry you, he don't want to marry you, get out your house. I know you heard me. Tell him leave your house. I'm not in no Valentine's. Valentine's can't pay my bills or buy baby milk. Some of you can't even buy baby clothes. You're depending on everybody, all your neighbor. You have a baby shirt to give me? A pregnancy? You're pregnant. When did you get pregnant? Valentine's night. You should have been listening to me instead. And as I tell some of you, the guy went by Teresa, by Agatha, and the other one down in Bexon, and then he coming up to you in Castries. So you were the last stop for the night. Don't make no man make you like no bus stop. No. If he not a customer of coming home and staying there with you and he show up tonight with roses and rum and chicken, tell the man go mind the business. Some knocking on your window right now. Yes, they're knocking on your window. Lucy, you're up. Valentine's in their skin. And some of you behind big stone, you're hearing me? You're behind the big stone down there in Pointe. Behind the big stone, you're there hiding. Some of you politicians, you're in your Jeep on the hill up there. And your wife home, but you're on the Jeep having Valentine's in the Jeep up there. With yourself, right yourself. I see you, I'm watching you from right here. Go home. Oh, Valentine's. So all them babies that St. Lucia are going to be flooded with, poor Mr. Shasta will have to put something in place. Maybe build another facility. I don't know what's going to happen because things rough. $100 for oil. You think baby milk easy? And some of you not eating properly, you won't have any breast milk to feed the babies. So don't, please, I beg you, leave now. Leave while you can. Run. Yes, man. Leave your clothes if you have to run. Go. Start running now. Because I'm telling you, things tough. You will thank me later. You're welcome. But leave now while you can. Drink his Marby, drink his sorrel, eat the cake, take the flower, take the gift, and run. Tell him you're sick. Tell him you have a headache. Tell him you have menopause. Tell him you have something. Tell him something and run. Don't lie to him, really, but just try this. Try this tonight, trust me. Tell him, baby, I think I'm pregnant, you know. Just tell him that tonight. You know what he's going to tell you? Oh, you have to work in the morning, you know, honey. I have to go now. Guess what? He already thinking of good. He already have another assignment. He got quit on. So, ladies, you have to use your head. Anyway, let me go before I get in trouble. But listen, me tell them, no honey tonight. Honey run out. If you love me, marry me. If I'm good for the sex, I'm good for marriage. If I'm good for the food, I'm good for marriage. But I'm not going to be your tool anymore. Baby, I love you. But you got to go. Yes, man. Got to go. And you'll be okay. But you'll thank me later, folks. Trust me. In the next few months, many of you will come right on this platform and say, Garfield, man, you know, you saved me that night. I want to thank you, you know. Thank you. I want to thank you so much. I run for my life. If it wasn't for you, oh no, so I'll be asking you for $2 to buy milk and Pampers and stuff. But as I said, thank me later. People, go and sleep. You all like too much Roro. You all like too much Roro. You all want to go. Go and do your business, folks. Good night. Good night, folks. Blessings. Somebody say, well, the thing hard already. What to do? Sorry, I got to answer my friend here. The thing hard already. What to do? Let me tell you something. Thing hard already. Thing already hard in the country too. Listen to me. Nothing wrong in giving the man a glass of cold water with ice. Take my advice. Put a lot of ice in it. And just start an argument for nothing. Tell him you have a headache. Tell him you're not feeling well. The thing will go down quickly. By the way, ask him for $500 right now. If the thing hard. Say, baby, can I have $100, please? Can I have $500? I have to buy something tomorrow. Everything will get slowly soft. And you'll be okay. Follow my advice. I'm a professional. And you'll be all right. So, si bagala Howard, let me say tea coila. All right? Blessing, folks. Enjoy. I hope I was able to help you with that advice, my friend. Listen to me. And don't make him ask you, how is me all? Just say, baby, headache. Folks, good night. Andrea, blessings. My friend Stephen.